Into match number 5 we go now over in the UEFA Conference League. That's right, with Chelsea top of the bloody pops. But in hot pursuit of the Polish outfit, Legia Warsaw, who will remain unbeaten heading into match day number 6. We'll talk all about that and more next. That's right, folks, but what's going on with another prediction video today is all about match day number 5, that's right, in the UEFA Conference League, of course, with Chelsea and Legia Warsaw, with a perfect record thus far after playing 4 games out in the early rounds, of course. But what will go on in match day number 5, we'll take a look at that and more in a second. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe button. You want to shop for Blackburn Rovers World Football UEFA Conference League, that's right, of course, spicy stuff with some big juggernauts still grasping to get out of the old drop zone, but who will take full advantage this coming weekend? We'll get to that in a minute. A big shout out to the patrons and a big shout out to the members. You know who you are. So what we're going to do now is revisit the last round of games and then, of course, kick on forward to the next set of matches and, of course, predict each and every one of them. So let's get stuck right into the thick of things. Alrighty then, folks. Let's take a look back at those last round of matches, which, of course, was the, I don't know when it was. When was it? It was around about... I don't know. I'm struggling to figure it out. It was back on the 27th of November. Oh, wow. And of course, we are looking forward to these next round of games. But before that, revisit them. Here they are. Astana and Victoria Guadamares 1-1 in the end. I went with a 2-1 home win. Got that one wrong. Molde did lose to APOEL Celje, the Cypriot outfit, with a monster win. Chelsea, like I said, been perfect so far. 2-0 winners over the German outfit Heidenheim. Brugge beating Hearts of Midlothian. 2-0 winners in the end. Meanwhile, Douche Gardens picking up an away win against the Welsh. That's TNS. The new Saints. St. Gallen and back up to Pola could only be could not be separated. 2-2 in the end. Panathinaikos beating HJK Helsinki over in the Greek islands. Borac, Banja, Luka beating LASK 2-1 in the end. We've got Celje and Białystok of the Polish League 3-3 in the end. Dinamo Minsk losing at home to Copenhagen. 2-1 winners as predicted. Noah and Vikingur picking up a 0-0 draw as predicted as well. The Italians, Fiorentina with a big 3-2 win over Paphos to keep themselves well in the thick of things at the top of the table. Olimpija Ljubljana, what happened with them? Olimpija Ljubljana picking up a 1-0 win over Larne out of Northern Ireland. Legia also with that 3-0 win over Omonia out of Cyprus as well. Rapid Vienna and Shamrock Rovers 1-1 in the end. Real Betis with a shock loss to FKMB. That was unplanned. And Gent picking up a loss against Lugano and the Başakşehir out of Turkey, and Petrocub picking up a 1-1 draw. So a lot of surprises in there, I would thought, especially Real Betis. But this is the table as it stands, as you see it. Of course, struggling at the bottom of the table there, the new Saints, NK Celje, Molde and Co. Meanwhile, into the middle of the pack there, we've got the likes of Shamrock Rovers, Hearts of Midlothian, Gent, Copenhagen, and of course, Real Betis, who are struggling right now. But at the top, it is Chelsea, Legia Warsaw, as I've said, Victor Guadamares and Fiorentina also in the mixer there. Meanwhile, what's coming at you this coming match day over in the Europa Conference League? These are the games. We've got some bangers in there, so we're going to start with the top of the shop, which of course has Astana up against Chelsea. That's right, Astana coming at you with 58% form as of recording. They are 23rd in the Europa Conference League table with just 4 points thus far. Chelsea perfect record, 12 points out of 12, and they're unbeaten in at least the last 6 matches. Now these two clubs have yet to play each other according to my data, and Astana coming into on the back of a 1-1 draw against Guadamares. That's right. The Chelsea though picking up a 3-0 win over Aston Villa. Prior to this game, they will be taking on both Southampton and Tottenham, of course, before the match. I'm recording this early doors on the Wednesday, the 4th of December. But of course, no odds for this one, so it's going to be tight. So we're going to have to go with my gut. My gut says it's going to be another victory for Chelsea. 3-0 winners on the road to continue a perfect campaign thus far, with just 1 game remaining, which will be match day number 6. So of course, let's go to Copenhagen. They're next up against Hearts of Midlothian Midlothian coming at you out of Scotland now. Copenhagen are in 19th just now, 5 points for the campaign. Up against Hearts, 17th for the campaign with 6 points to their name as well. Copenhagen, they're looking pretty dang good at the moment, unbeaten in the last 6 matches, winning 3 on the spin. Copenhagen, of course, would be the favourites if there was any odds up against the Hearts. Without a win in the last 5 matches, they're on 25% form for them, coming into this on the back of a 1-1 draw against Aberdeen. Prior to this, they're taking on Dundee out in the Scottish Premier League. Copenhagen will be taking on Kolding in the Danish Cup quarter-final stages. They'll fancy their chances on this one as well to continue their recent upsurge in form. 2-1 winners, Copenhagen, to take it to the house. Let's go to Fiorentina now. They're up against Lasic. That's right, coming at you out of Greece, of course. Lasic, or was it Linz? Out of maybe Lasic out of Austria. Maybe that's right. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm a bit forgetful on that one. Anyway, Fiorentina, 5 wins in the last 6 games. They're 6th in the table, just 9 points for the campaign. Up against Lasic, who are 32 spot in the table with just 2 points all campaign long. Yet to play each other, these two clubs, but Fiorentina coming in just on the back of that 3-2 win over Paphos. They'll take on Empoli and Cagliari before this game, which of course is happening on the 12th of the 12th. That's right. Meanwhile, Lasic will take on Wolfsburg as well. Prior to this game, they're expected to lose that one, but only just. This one's going to be tight, but I do think Fiorentina will have too much quality in the bank. They are serious contenders not only in this, but also the Italian top flight. Going to go 3-0 winners in the end for the Italians. Istanbul Başakşehir will take on the Germans. That's Heidenheim coming at you over in Turkey. That's right, Istanbul Başakşehir just 1 win in the last 6 games. They are struggling. 33rd in the table. Currently, they are heading out. Up against Heidenheim's side, who are 9th in this table right now with 9 points for the campaign. However, 5 defeats out of the last 6. Meanwhile, they're on 17% form, and they have played Başakşehir just the one time back in July 2016. It was a friendly. They did lose that game, but Heidenheim's form is pretty shitty right now. Back-to-back games without a goal, and they're taking on Bayern München this coming weekend in the top flight. Istanbul Başakşehir, though, on the back of a 4-1 win themselves, and of course we'll take on Hatlandspor this weekend before this match will take place. Kind of be a tight one. This one could go either way. A bit of a coin flip. So I'm going to go with 0-0 in the end. Meanwhile, hot shots. Legia also be taking on Lugano. That's right, coming out of Switzerland. Of course, Legia looking to make it 5 wins out of 5 as they remain second in the table with 12 points thus far. Their form is pretty good. 75% form for them as of right now. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. Up against Lugano, who are 8th. They're doing A-OK themselves in that top 8. And if it was to end today, they will be going through to the actual first round knockouts. They are 50% form for them right now, winning 3 and losing 3 over the last 6 coming into this. So on the back of a defeat, losing to Servette over in the Swiss top flight. They'll take on Jürgen Sport in this weekend's Swiss Cup round of 16. Legia also in cup action, taking on Lodz tonight, or tomorrow, should we say, and then Zagreb Lublin in the old top flight over in Poland. It'll be a tough one here, but Legia also have been pretty incredible thus far. Going to go with a 2-0 win to continue their recent run of form as well. Next up, we go HJK Helsinki up against Molde in a bit of a Scandinavian affair. Coming at you over in Helsinki. Now, these two sides have played 3 times since 2015. Just 1 with Helsinki, 2 for Molde, and there's been 0 draws between the two sides. Both sides are struggling right now, and they are in the bottom 8. That's right, HJK Helsinki, 31st in the table with just 3 points for the campaign. Up against Molde, they're on 27th spot with just 3 points as well. Both sides on ropey-dopey form, you could even say 33% form for each, with the last match they played at this venue being a 1-0 win for Helsinki. That was back in July 2023. The Finnish outfit, though, on the back of that 1-0 loss to Panathinaikos, that was most recent in this competition. Molde losing to Strong Godset over in their Norwegian top flight. No odds on this one, so we're going to go as well with my gut. It's going to be tight, but I think Molde will have a better chance to win this one. Going to go with a 2-1 win on the bloody road. Kicking on forward, we go to Olympique Ljubljana. They take on Cercle Bruges, coming at you out of the Europa League in Belgium. That's right, Ljubljana coming into this on the back of a form which is 92% at the moment. They're flying high in 7th, 9 points for the campaign. Up against the Cercle Bruges, just 1 win in the last 5. They're on 42% form for them at the moment as well. They're since with 7 points. A win for them could get into the power 8. Meanwhile, of course, pretty red-hot form for the hosts on the back of a 2-0 win most recently in the domestic league. And of course, we'll have a stiff opposition this weekend as well in their match day. Cercle Bruges take on Students in the Belgian Cup round of 16. Of course, coming into this on the back of a defeat against Beerschot in the Europa League as well. This is going to be a tight one. Olympique Ljubljana look good. Cercle Bruges also look pretty solid. I think it could be one of their harder games. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in the end. Next up, we go Petrocub. They're taking on Real Betis over in La Liga, who are, of course, struggling thus far in 22nd in the table with just 4 points up against Petrocub, who are in 34th spot with just 1 point all campaign long. Now, they're coming at you, Petrocub, with 50% form for them right now. 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2 over the last 6. Real Betis, though, winless in 4, just 1 win in the last 6, and 3 defeats in a row, including last time around, where they lost 2-0 to Real Sociedad, and it doesn't get so much better for them either, taking on Barcelona this coming weekend, and then, of course, Petrocub will be their full focus next weekend. So a good chance for Petrocub to cause some upset here. But realistically, the quality should rise in the end. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Real Betis on this one on the road to maybe, just maybe, get themselves back on track for qualification into the latter stages. Meanwhile, we got Dinamo Minsk. They're up against Larne out of Northern Ireland. Of course, Minsk, 33% form for them right now. They are their rock bottom. In fact, they are second from bottom. 35 points for the campaign. 0 points as well. 34 spots, 0 points thus far, but they are up against the bottom club, that is Larne, also 0 points for the campaign, 36 points, 36 spots as well. Never played each other according to my data. Dinamo Minsk, just 1 win in the last 6, they're on 33% form for them right now. Larne, of course, 2 wins in the last 6, they're on 42% form for them, and they're coming in just on the back of a draw against Cliftonville. Dinamo Minsk losing to Smorgon last time around, and they'll be taking on, what am I looking at? Brest. Why are they taking on Brest, of course? Not too sure what that's all about. Meanwhile, Larne taking on Anna United in the League Cup quarter-final stage over in the domestic competitions on this one. It's going to be a tough one. This one probably going to go with a point apiece. Both sides have been struggling, but I think they'll kind of meet in the middle here, going with a 1-1 draw. I think Larne will be happy with that, considering how everything has gone thus far. So a big point for them on the road. FC Noah, they're up in action. Going to be taking on APOEL Nicosia, coming at you out of Cyprus. That's right. If I can find it, I can't find it. Well, no, Yerevan, there they are. Of course, 75% form for them right now, unbeaten in the last 5 matches. They're on 26% form for them, right? 26 in the table, 75% form for them. Up against APOEL Nicosia, who are 13th, 7 points for the campaign, 58% form for them. Just 1 win in the last 3, though. That 1 win was against Molde the last time they played in this competition. Noah Yerevan last time around picking up a 0-0 draw against Vikangor. Of course, both sides still in the mix, of course, to make it through to at least the playoff stages. And both sides will be looking at this one for getting some big, valuable points. Going to go with a win, though, for Noah Yerevan up against the Cypriot outfit. 1-0 winners at home to give themselves a big old boost. That's right. Let's go back over to Belgium. That's right. As Gent take on back up to Pola. That's right. Coming at you this coming Thursday, December the 12th. Gent coming at you with 50% form for them right now. Winless in the last 3. Up against back up to Pola. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. They're on 67% form. Currently riding in 21st spot in this league. 4 points for the campaign. Gent, though, on the flip side, the hosts in 18th spot. 6 points for the campaign. But coming in just on the back of a draw against Westerlo in the Juniper League. Back up to Pola picking up a big win over Radonigny Nis in their respective league. Both sides are in action this weekend, so they've got a little bit of distraction there. But we're going to back the Belgians here, 2-0 winners at home to project them well into the consideration for top 8, but still might be a little bit shy heading into the final matches. Next up, we go back to Cyprus. It is Omonia Nicosia taking on SK Rapid Vienna. That's right, coming at you 12th for the 12th as well. 28th place, Omonia Nicosia rocking a 3 points for the campaign. 3 wins of the last 4 for them. They're on 58% form. However, last time in this competition, they did lose to Legia. Also, SK Rapid Vienna coming at you 58% form as well. Winless in the last 3. Last time around, they only picked up a solid draw against Shamrock Rovers at home. Of course, this one's a completely different story. Both sides in the mixer for this one. Of course, Rapid Vienna are in the top 4, looking the real bloody deal. 10 points for the campaign, up against the 3 points of Omonia Nicosia. Going to go with a shock home win here. The Cypriots taking it 3-1 win in the end to boost their chances, but dent their visitors this time around. Next up, we've got Shamrock Rovers coming out of Ireland up against Banja Luka. That's right, who are 15th for the table with 7 points for the campaign against the Irish with 8 points. Doing pretty good and in contention to get out of this with 10 points right now. Back-to-back games, though, without a win for the hosts. Meanwhile, Banja Luka winning 5 on the spin, including a big 4-0 win last round against Slogger. Busy weekends for both actions. Well, particularly for Banja Luka, they've got Shrinsky Morstar this coming weekend, which will be a tough game in the domestic league. It looks like Shamrock Rovers might have the weekend off to fully prepare for this game. I think the Shamrock Rovers do have a massive chance here to close in on that top 8. Going to go with a 2-1 win for them at home. Closes the door into the top 8 with just Chelsea remaining in their dreams to make it into the knockout stages. Let's go TNS though. They're not having the best row of the green up against Panathinaikos. Goodness gracious me, as the new Saints try to do the unthinkable. They're currently 29th in the table with just 3 points for the campaign. 4 wins in the last 6 though, up against Panathinaikos, who are 24th with 4 points in the campaign. They've just lost once over the last 6 matches, of course. 75% form. Draw last time around, though, against Otomorius Atonamin. New Saints picking up a big 2-1 win over Bali in the League Cup final over in the Welsh Leagues. The semi-final, they'll be in the final, of course. Big weekend, though, for them. They've got actually a big couple of days, in fact, taking on Bala tonight and then taking on Newtown this coming weekend. Same can be said, though, for Panathinaikos, doubleheader for them. They've got the cup match tonight, Tripolis tomorrow, or sorry, on the weekend. So a chance for them to get some momentum moving once again before this this big header happening over in the Conference League. Going to go with a win though for Panathinaikos. Going to go big as well. 4-0 winners in the bloody end. That's right. Let's go to the next one. It's a visit of Biostok. That's right. Coming at you over to, where are they going? I'm trying to find them in the old Milanda Boashev. That's Milanda Boashev hosting Jagiellonia Biostok on the 12th of the 12th. The hosts coming at you at 30th in the table, just 3 points for the campaign, up against Jagiellonia, who are 3rd in the table. The Polish teams are doing very well in this competition. 10 points have a possible 12. They are unbeaten in the last 6, if not more than that. Picking up 4 draws in a row, though. Meanwhile, Molanda Blower-Chef just 1 defeat in the last 6. That 1 defeat was against Victor Guatemala's in match day number 3. That's right. With the last match for Jagiellonia, picking up a draw against NK Celje. It was a goal fest, 6 goals in it, 3-3 in the end. Of course, big matches coming up for both these two clubs. I think they got 2 prior to this with busy weeks, midweek this week, and of course the weekend in action. Gonna go tight on this one. Gonna go with another 1-1 draw, which does them both no harm. Actually does Milanda Blower-Chef the most, because they're all the way down to 30th. They ain't gonna get anywhere closer to the middle of the pack there. Meanwhile, Jagiellonia will edge closer to the top 2 if they can get a point, but they'll be looking for more than that. Into the final 3 we go. St. Gallen coming at you out of Switzerland, taking on Victor Guadamares. That's right, big game. That's right. St. Gallen 25th of the table, just 4 points for the campaign, however winless in 3 against Victor Guadamares. They're up to 5th with 10 points for the campaign, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They're coming into on the back of the 4-0 win over Vicente Barcelos, with Benfica waiting in the wings this coming weekend in the domestic league. St. Gallen got a double header before this match, taking on Belzona in the Swiss Cup round of 16. They'll follow that up with a trip or the visit of Basel over in the Swiss top flight as well. No odds on this one as to the rest. Going to be a tight one here. Going to go with a 2-1 win though. St. Gallen causing the upset to dent Guadamara's hopes for finishing in the top 8. Into the final 2 is Paphos again out of Cyprus. They're taking on NK Celje. That's right, coming at you this match day. 16th in the table. Paphos back-to-back defeats for them coming into this up against NK Celje, who are 20th with 4 points for the campaign, unbeaten in the last 4. 50% form for them over the last 6. Of course, NK Celje last time around picking up a 3-3 draw against Jagiellonia Biostok. Meanwhile, Paphos losing a close game to high-flying Fiorentina 3-2 last time around in Italy. Looking at this, a good chance for Paphos to get more points and maybe close it onto top 8. I don't know if they're favoured for this one, but I think they might just nick it. It's going to go with a 2-0 win, Paphos at home, to cause a major ramifications in the table. And then we'll wrap it all up with Vikangor up against Douche Gardens, another Scandinavian-ish kind of affair there. Vikangor, Reykjavik out of Iceland against Douche Gardens out of Sweden, yet to play each other, but Reykjavik are in 14th right now, 7 points for the campaign, just 1 defeat in the last 6 up against Douche Gardens. They're on 67% form for them as well, 2 defeats in the last 6. They are 12th, also on 7 points. Last matches for both these two clubs were in fact in this competition. Vikangor drawing with Noah Yaravin. Douche Gardens picking up a 1-0 win over the New Saints to make it a back-to-back wins in this competition. Vikangor, though, back-to-back clean sheets. In fact, no, 2 clean sheets on the spin for them, and they fancy the chances to get something out of this as well. Going to be a tight old game here. Going to go with a 2-0 win for the hosts here. Surprise, surprise. The Icelanders ain't no slouches. Going to give them the big fat W and move the bloody chains as well. That completes this. This is, of course, the penultimate matches in the Europa Conference League, with the final matches just happening next week. So quick and fast, these games are coming. Make sure you get your predictions in down below, and I look forward to seeing you all chipping in with your predictions down below, and I'll see you soon for the next one. Until then, we're done.